So, good evening, everyone. My name is Rashid Oguniran, and I'm going to be moderating for this next session. Um, we will be bringing our presenter on board any moment from now. Okay, he's on board. So, I have the privilege of bringing on board an amazing friend, an ICT guru, Mr. Popoola Isiaka Olamilekon. He's going to be taking us through a topic in data science named Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals. But before I bring him on board, I'm going to tell us a little about him. Professionally, he's a Microsoft certified trainer. He's an MCT and is also certified in computer driving license, IGL. And you equally have some knowledge of Microsoft certification like data engineering, DP200, AZ900. Our presenter today is a reader. I'm seeing his CV and I'm intimidated, but I will try not to be intimidated. It means that he's loaded, and I trust that as we are all here, our time will be worth the while. So let us welcome our presenter for today's session, Mr. Popoola Isiaka Olamilekon. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Rashid, are you showing my slide or I should show it
Just
from my...
share it from your hand. Share it from your hand.
Okay, let me quickly do that. Just a minute. My slide is loading. Just a minute. All right, dear participants, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from any part of the world where you are watching us live. Popoola Isiaka Olamilekon is my name. I am an information technology specialist with special area on data platform. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer, and I do consulting services in Nigeria and in diaspora. I also consult for so many organizations in Nigeria where I build their capacity in terms of technical capacity. My topic of presentation is Azure Data Fundamental, and I've seen that there's no way we can go about data fundamental with particular interest to data science track without laying more, without building the background of participants in terms of what data science. So my presentation will deal more on what is data science, what we understand by data science, then what we also understand by the concept that we know as what as data science in the cloud, and thereafter I will be exploring details about the course that is known as Azure Fundamentals, and at the end of the day I will be coming up with a concluding part that has to do with job opportunities in this area of study, and also what are the platforms that we can join as newbies. So I have made my presentation in such a way that it will be very useful for the beginners. My target is more of the beginner, and it will also be of advantage to intermediate people. So let us kickstart. All right, so this is me, and just a brief about me, like I've mentioned. I'm the head of data analytics at Renewed Solutions in Nigeria. My special area of interest is data platform, Microsoft certified trainer, and a host of others. So I want to give thanks to our major partners who are Microsoft, the big Microsoft, likewise Jare Computer Solution Enterprise and Enterprise DNA with a lot of goodies. All right, so my presentation outline is in 4 segments, like I've mentioned. The first one is introduction to data science. The second one is data science in the cloud. The third one is Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals, whereby we'll be concluding this presentation with job opportunities and how to move ahead in your journey. From the introduction, what do we know by data science? Data science is the area of study which involves extracting insight from vast amount of data using various scientific method, algorithms, and process. It is a concept that was recently introduced into the field of science. Like we have data engineering, we also have data science, and people start to debate what are the delineation between data science and data engineering. Like we have scientists that are working, like we have engineers that are working. People want to know what is the responsibility on what are the differences between data science and data engineering. So I have advantage of having a background in data science. I also have advantage of exploring more of data engineering. So I'm privileged to have gone through the 2 tracks of data platform. All right, so from the data science point of view, it helps us to discover AD patterns from the raw data. In a layman language, when you're talking of data science, we are trying to know about how can you bring insight. How can you bring insight by using scientific method, algorithms, and processes? How can you bring insight? How can you determine hidden patterns of data? What message is data communicating to the world? What message are you getting to know from your presentation, from your data? Because the world is saying the next oil on the present oil now is not the oil that we dig from the ground, but what? From the data. Because with data, we get so many information that are useful for planning, that are useful for forecasting, and that are useful for decision making. So that is what I defined. That's how data science is defined. No, all right. So, what are some concepts of data science? You can't be in data science and not understanding some of these key points. Like you said, you have attended a training on data science, and somebody now asks you, "Can you mention some of the key concepts of data science?" These are some of the some of the basic concepts. We have more than this. At least from my record, I have more than 20. But as beginner that I've presented this presentation for, I want to introduce you to just four concepts. And the first one is what we know as a the data set. A data set is a particular instance of data that is used for analysis or model building at any given time. For instance, uh, somebody may even say, what is data? Data is a raw fact. I have seen people that are getting confused about the difference between data and information. And let me make a clarification. Data is unprocessed. Data is anything that is not processed. For instance, now maybe you go to the field, maybe you are a researcher, you go to the field, you take some measurements, or you are in the lab, you do some analysis, maybe chemical reactions, and you take your record. So those raw facts that you have are being regarded as what? As data, whereby information is the processed data. So in real sense, data does not have meaning until when it is now being processed. So when we are talking about data set, we are not talking about a particular instance of data that is being used for analysis. For instance, now maybe I'm a researcher, I've gone to the field, I've collected data about, okay, maybe in this training now, I've collected data about the name of the participant, phone number of the participant, email of the participant, maybe their areas of specialty, and some other details. In that sense, I just have those details, but I may not have more deeper information or insights. Maybe for this training now, I have 20 participants. Now, somebody now can now say, Popoola, from the training you are doing, on the training you have done, how many of them are male? How many of them are female? For the first instance, I've collected registration details of the participant. By the time I'm now giving information and feedback from the request, I can now say 20 out of 20 participants, 5 of them were males and 15 of them were female. Maybe I have information about age category. I can also say the age category for this particular set of people is between this range and this range. So now it's now becoming a data set that I can now use for what? Analysis and model building. There's also a concept we known as data wrangling. Data wrangling is nothing but what? Data transformation. Another word for data wrangling is what? Data transformation. It means that you want to convert into a tidy form that will be ready for analysis. For instance, now maybe when I was collecting my data, somebody that's supposed to write maybe on that phone number that's supposed to write 080 080, the person now typed O for orange 80, or maybe let me take another angle that has mathematical computation. Maybe when I was asking about age, somebody writes somebody is 32. 32 was correctly written. Maybe somebody is 31. The person now wrote 3 and O for orange. Are you getting it? Somebody has written 3 and O for orange as 30. So any mathematical calculation that I do under the age will be error prone. It will be prone to error because under the data type that's supposed to be what? That's supposed to be numeric. I have combined numeric, which is 3, to what? To a text, which is O for orange. So it is now important that we do what? Data cleaning or data transformation in order to make sure that each column of our data collection share the same properties, maybe in terms of what? In terms of data type and some other details. So some of the things that we do under data wrangling include data structuring, text mining, adding missing data, adding data frame, data import, data filtering, and so many other operations that we perform. There's also what we know as what? After data wrangling, the next step that is in form of the concept is what we know as what? Data analysis. Data analysis has to do with what? After you have collected your data from the field, after you have done what? Data cleaning, then what is now happening? You want to do analysis. You want to make insights from what you have collected so that you can now give what? Information to the general public on specific group of what? Target audience. Maybe you are part of an organization and the executive, maybe the C-level manager, they need information about maybe business transactions or some other things, and they want you to give them insight. So these are the things that we know about what? Analysis. After you have done your what? Data collection, data cleaning, then you do analysis, and you now what with special interest on data science. Do the major analysis, the major data analysis that we do involve data engineering, and also data wrangling and what? Uh, EDA, exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis. Then another concept that we need to know is what we know as what? Data visualization. Data visualization is now the formal output of your what? Of your analysis in terms of charts, in terms of graphs, in terms of plots, in terms of infographics, any type of graphs on charts that you can have as what? As the output. I used to tell people that in data, like people from the software perspective, they will say software we have front end and back end. Also in our data platform, we also have what? Front end and the back end. Our front end of the data platform is when we have our visuals in terms of chart, plot, infographics, and what have you. But in terms of our back end, that is where major operations are being done. Maybe in terms of data engineering, maybe in terms of the what? Data wrangling, maybe in terms of what? Data analysis. But the visual that people see is at the what? At the front end. All right, so we have branches of data science. That's what we know now as the data mining. We have what we call artificial intelligence, and we have what we call machine learning, deep learning, and pattern recognition. I think participants will have access to this slide so that I will not take much of our time because this presentation is loaded and the time is too short. All right, so we have key processes in data science, like I've mentioned earlier. Before you can do what? Analysis. Before you can come up with data science, as a solution to a problem. You must have what we call a problem. You frame the problem. Okay, why do you want to use data science to solve a problem? Is it that you want to have information about some metrics, maybe about sales, about business, about business intelligence, or you want to have uh, some KPI, key performance index? You must define your problem or the problem you want to use data science to solve. That is the foundation of what you frame the problem. That is, you get to know the challenge you have so that you'll be able to use data science to solve that challenge. After that, you now do what? You collect data, because maybe from the metrics. Now, maybe the challenge is this. For this training, we want to have information about participants. That's our business problem, or that's our problem. We want to have details of participants. So what do we now do? We now collect information. Okay, what details do we need from the participants as a case study? We need their name, we need their phone number, we need their area of specialization, we need maybe what they want to achieve in the next 3 months, and some other things. So we have defined the problem. Then the second thing is to do what? To collect data. And in this case, the best way to collect data about participants is to share a registration link so that people can fill in their what? Their information. The next stage in the data science process is what we know as what? Process the data. In the form of processing the data, that is where the issue of what? Data wrangling come in. That is where the issue of what? Data structuring come in. That's where the issue of what? Data manipulation come in. Data filtering. Because you have to do all those processes in order to make the data available, clean. In most cases, data are dirty, and you have to tie them up in order to make them available for analysis. I just gave an illustration before now. Somebody that's entered 3 and O for orange for age 30. So there's no way I can perform analysis, data analysis, without being given the error. So another stage is what? Explore the data, which is exploring data analysis, and also perform in-depth analysis. By the time we are performing in-depth analysis, at some advanced level, this is basic class, at some advanced level, you can perform in-depth analysis. Example, you can use artificial intelligence to know about what? To know about prediction. That if this has happened at this trend, maybe this happened last year, this time, this happened last year, upper year, this time, this happened 3 years ago, this time around. This like for raincast now. For instance, now for rain forecast, they check the pattern of what has happened and make prediction that okay, today it will be raining by 5 a.m. Today there will be cloudy weather or at some point in time. So it's about the trend that we now make what? Perform in-depth analysis. And the final end product of data science processes is what we know about communicate the result in terms of visuals, in terms of charts, in terms of what? Animations that can make people understand what you have carried out. All right, so data scientist skill set. We have a lot of skill sets. A data scientist must be able to know about data mining. And data mining is what? Extracting facts from what has happened. You want to extract facts from what has happened. That is data mining. We also have big data. Big data is when you're talking about enterprise level, maybe organizational level big data. We also have research analytics. In research analytics, you get to know different areas of research and how it can be applicable to your area of interest. There's also what we call machine learning. Machine learning is like a form where you are trying to make machine perform the function of human being. That is, there will be some algorithms that you will have designed in term of software, and you now load some sample data sets, and from that, machine can now understand the patterns and also make predictions about the future. We also have what we call Python and R. Data science is programming based, and there's no way somebody can run away from programming. If you don't like programming, honestly, data science is not your best choice. So you must have information about what? Python on R. That's what we call R. Then at the end of the day, you must be very, very good in what? Data analysis. So we also have essential tools for data science. These are essential. We call them IDE. So we have Python, we have PyCharm, we have Jupyter Notebook. Don't worry, if you are a newbie, just be sure you are getting those terms for the first time. By the time you explore more, you will get to know what we use each one of them. They are for programming languages, and we use them to do what? To perform data science. So we also have what? Collaboratory. Collaboratory is a Google product. We also have TensorFlow. TensorFlow 2 is also a Google product. So there's also we call applications of data science. We use data science to do what? To make our fraud, to detect fraud, risk detection, and credit score. If somebody has gone to a bank to borrow money, they will do what? They will run analysis, data analysis on the details of that person, if it's credit worthy or not. There's also what we can use data science for what? Recommendation system. For instance, now, in an organizational setting, I've done a work like 3 years ago that HR of an organization contacted my office that they want to make a recommendation for promotion without influence of the what? Of the managers. For instance, now, if my manager does not like me, and there are criteria for what? From promotion. So if I meet up with criteria and my manager does not like me, he doesn't need to recommend me for promotion, because there is a standard system in terms of data science products that can say, okay, because you have scored this value, then you are now being entitled to what? To promotion. So we also make use of applications of data science in gaming, airline, internet service, and a host of others. So that's the first part about building information about what? Data science. The second stage, I said I have 4 stages in my presentation. The second stage is what? Data science in the cloud. From what I've mentioned in the past, as data science that we are discussing, we can do data science on premises, and we can do data science on what? In the cloud. So majority of what I've said before now, they are data science on premises. When we talk about on premises in what? In scientific field, in IT field, we are talking about everything that you do maybe on your computer, that you are not doing it in the cloud. You are anything that you are doing maybe in your office or on your computer without directly doing it online. So, but anything that you are doing online is now what? Is now cloud based. So every information I've explained about data science, I have explained more about what? Data science on premises. Now I now want to deep dig more about data science what's in the cloud. That is, everything I want to do, I don't want to do it on my laptop. What I mean by laptop is that everything that I do is domiciled on my system. It's not connected to the cloud. That is on premises. But if I want to do anything on cloud, that look, where my laptop is where my laptop is located is not the constraint. That's what we are talking about. What we are talking about, the cloud-based solution. Now, Azure has been one of the greatest cloud-based platform in performing data science. It is not only Azure that we have also AWS. We also have Google GPC, because you may be hearing those things. Because the question can be: is it only the Microsoft that has provided cloud as platform for data science? It is not. We also have some other products like Google GPC, Google Cloud Platform. We also have Amazon's AWS. But I can give you information that you can check. You can go and cross-check at your end that the biggest of all is Microsoft Azure, because of its what? Friendliness, because of the cost effectiveness, and some of the other parameters about Microsoft Azure that I'll be sharing with you. So you can see the definition about what is Microsoft Azure and what are the key features that has differentiated Microsoft Azure as a cloud-based platform in data science. Because of its flexibility, because of its open, because of its reliability. You can imagine in the cloud base, you have 99.95 availability SLA, that service level agreement. That look, if I come to Microsoft and you want to give me a platform, then there should be an agreement, service level agreement, that what should be the availability, that this platform, at what level, at what degree is the availability. This one is offering what? Reliability. In fact, there's some level of reliability that is 99.99 reliability level. So depending on the service level you are going for, you can see the reliability. So the lowest among them is 99.95. You can imagine that. In some cases that you are working on premises, anything can happen on your laptop. Anything can happen with power supply. Anything can happen with any infrastructure that can help you to work. And at that level, then there will be downtime because you will not be able to do what? To do work. But in terms of cloud-based, reliability is very high that, look, at any point in time, you can work. The another advantage is what? The global. The data house is geosynchronous. In fact, we have about Microsoft has about 62 data centers across the world, and there's no way have access to your data. So, and it's very economic. There's what we call pay as you go, and there's what we call enterprise agreements that you have to enter into. So, what are some of the Azure services that we have? We have compute, we have networking, we have storage, we have web, we have AI machine. This AI machine is the special package for data science. This AI, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, is a special package for what? For data science. So data science has been able to incorporate, Azure service has been able to incorporate different um different job roles on that data platform. We have different job roles on that data platform. We have what we call data engineer. That's a job role on that data platform. We have database administrator. That is another job role on that data platform. We have data scientist. That is another job role on that platform, on that data platform. We also have what we call what? Data scientists. So those are the four major job roles. You cannot say I'm a specialist on data platform. People will ask you, where do you specialize? Are you on data analytics? Are you on data science? Are you on database administration? Are you on what? Maybe data data engineering. So those are the four job roles under data platform. All right. So uses of Azure, we use it for what? Application development for developers. So developers, software developers, they come to Azure to build applications in terms of development and deployment. Or they also use it for testing, application hosting. Application hosting, they use it for website, maybe website or database. In terms of applications, you build applications that you put in the cloud. So they also use it for creating what? Virtual machines. Virtual machines are, they are like computer that are located virtually, that you don't need to, like the way that you have to have access to your physical computer in terms of on premises. But in this time around, when you're talking about virtual machines, they are a replica of your computer that is domiciled in the cloud. So we also use it for what? We use Azure for what? To collect and store metrics. Metrics that maybe login details. You want to have information about login details. You want to have information about what? Timestamp. Maybe timestamp. That at what point, at what time of the day of the year was this information collected, or was this data collected? So, and you have log entries. We also have what we call virtual hard drive. Virtual hard drive is what we regarded as what? Cloud-based storage. Cloud-based storage. Those are the hardwares that, for instance, now they can say, okay, in your storage, you have to, well, for instance, now if you open an account with Microsoft, maybe you created an Outlook account, they will tell you that by default, you have access to what? 5 GB. 5 GB of storage. So that's what you have. So if you have to have, maybe I know this one is small for me, let me go to 1 TB, let me go to 3 TB. It means you have to increase, you have to do what? Subscription, because the default they have given to you is 5 GB. So for instance, now in Azure, we have different storage media in terms of virtual hard drives. All right, so for Microsoft Azure studies and certification part, because the next thing is that, okay, after we have understood data science, we have also understood the need to take data science to the cloud by making use of Azure. Then what are the different, maybe somebody that want to know about, okay, now that we have said Azure does not only work for only data science, but a lot of things. Somebody may be interested, okay, what are the career paths? What are the study on career path or certification path? That's why I've shared this link. All right. So, but our interest is about data platform. And we have to, from all the study area and certification part, I have come up with the ones that are related with data, that is on data track. So now for Microsoft Azure, these are the available courses that are related with what? Data on Microsoft Azure. For instance, we have what we call DP900. The name is Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals. The essence of this is for somebody that is a new entrant into a data platform, making use of the cloud. Somebody that is using Azure as a cloud computing platform for data analysis. So this is the introductory course about data fundamentals. Then there's also what we call Azure Data Scientist Associate. Under this Azure Data Science Associate, the person has already specialized. I've mentioned different job role. The first one, DP900, is fundamental anything about data. Whether you're a data engineer, whether you're a data scientist, whether you are what database administrator, or whether you are what data analyst. The first one is what DP900, fundamental to all of them. Then by the time you are talking about DP100, it means that you are now segmenting your job role from data platform to what data science. So for data scientists, they take DP100. For data engineer, they take DP203. And for database administrator, they take DP300. And for data analyst, they take what? PL300. So I have an advantage that I've done all of them except one. So when you check my profile, you will see some of them that I've done. So now we are now particular after we have listed all the job roles and we have identified that we can use Azure for data science. Now, what do we do particularly under Azure in data science? What we do is we do what we call Azure machine learning and Azure artificial intelligence. We do Azure machine learning and we do what? Artificial intelligence. All right. So those are the two data science track under what? Under Microsoft Azure. All right. So for Microsoft Azure Data Fundamental, I've said there is a course because this is the third segment of this presentation. The first segment is about what? General introduction to data science. The second segment is about what? Data science in the cloud, which talk more about Azure, Microsoft Azure. And the third segment is about what? Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals as a course, because that is the topic of the presentation. They say I should come and discuss about Microsoft Azure Data Fundamental as a course. But there's no way, as a trainer that I am, there's no way I can jump directly into the subject of discussion without laying foundation for somebody that does not know about data science and for somebody that does not know about data science in the cloud. That's why the first two modules I've been able to explain what they are. I now want to link the two of them to what we now know as what? Data fundamentals as a course. All right. So for instance, now, I've mentioned that whoever that want to come into the cloud, that want to make use of Microsoft Azure to solve data science problem, whether you are in the part of engineering, whether you're in the part of database administrator, whether you are in the part of data analyst, or whether you are in the part of data scientist, then what is common to all of them? What is common to all of them is what? Data fundamentals as a course of study. And that's where we are moving into. So this course that is unique to all the practitioners within data space aims at learning the fundamentals of data concepts in a cloud environment, getting basic skills in cloud data services, and building their foundational knowledge of cloud services within Microsoft Azure. We get to understand better. So this course is just only 4 module course. This DP900 is just only 4 module course. The first one is about core data concept. The second one is about what? Relational data in Azure. The third one is about non-relational data in Azure. The fourth one is about what? Data analytics in Azure. So this class is the beginner's class, and it is the commencement of what to come in about 8 weeks to come. So this training is for 8 weeks. We are just starting from week 1, and we are introducing us to the concept of what we are going to learn in what? In 8 weeks. So in the subsequent classes, people will be coming to define this course concept. So my own is not to define all the course concept, because in fact it is a day work. When I facilitate training on DP 900, is a 8 hours training with what practical, with practical approach. So this course is a 8 hours training, so which means I cannot, within the space given to me, I cannot explore the depth. So, but in the subsequent classes for this track that you have selected, people will be coming to explain more, to elaborate more. And by that time, you now appreciate some of the terms that you have learned, that you have had during the course of my presentation. And learning objectives. So these are the learning objectives: to understand types of core data workload and data analytics concepts, to understand how to work with relational data on Azure. By the time there's what we call relational and non-relational data. Let me quickly explain the difference. In relational data, it means that you have a data in a tabular format. Let this one be part of your take home. When you're talking about data, can be relational and it can be what? Non-relational. So when you have data that are stored in tables in terms of rows and column, and that
Hello,
rows
sir.
and column also share particular, yes,
Hello, sir. You have 5 minutes more, sir.
yes. Okay, all right. So I've mentioned that
Yes, sir.
the concept of this class is not to give you the in-depth, but to introduce you to some of the concepts. Let me move ahead. So I was thinking I should do a demo on exploring some of the capability of Azure, but the time may not permit us because the 5 minutes is left for me. There's also the calculating part. So the calculating part of this class is that there are job roles. People are looking for data scientists in everywhere around the globe. You are not limited. If you look at the slides that I've shared a slide on what? From LinkedIn. This very first one is saying, I searched for data science in Nigeria, and as at now, we have 184 results. That is 184 job opportunities are available for data scientists in Nigeria. This is such. You too you can go to LinkedIn, type under subject matter, type data science, and under location, type Nigeria, and click on search. As at the moment that I've checked, like few minutes ago, there are 184 job opportunities for data scientists in Nigeria. When I made a search about data science in United States has been the biggest employer of data scientists. And in fact, it is one of the target market for data scientists around the world. And let me tell you, you don't need to be you don't need to be in US. There are a lot of remote jobs that are people are doing in Nigeria. I have a lot of colleagues that are earning dollars as much as $4,000, as much as $5,000, as much as $6,000 as data scientists, living, breathing, sleeping, eating, gisting in Nigeria without stepping to US. And as at the time I check, I saw 198,508 results that are job opportunities for data scientists in US. So if we are one of them, if we have the skill, prerequisite skills as a data scientist, then it means that you have potential to also earn dollar across the world, because your skill is not limited to Nigeria. If we have problem with job employment in Nigeria, data science has been a solution for you to become a global job expert. And when I made a check about data science in UK, I got a response about 80 something thousand. I can't see the screen very well. About 80 something thousand. You too, you can go to LinkedIn and check out the job opportunities that are there. So On the last side, on the last slide, how do you move ahead in data science journey? So if you are motivated that look, you want to explore this science, you want to explore this data platform, how do I join? How do I go about it? I want to encourage you that you need to join different data science communities. And the first one, the first interface we have gotten with a data science community is us, that you are having encounter with us. So we are the first data science community that you have encountered, that we are sharing information with you in terms of what we know as Data Science Nigeria. Is a very big organization that is doing very well. We have Cargo and some other science. So what do you benefit from being data science community? One, you get to know updates about what is going on within the field. You get to have knowledge. You get to build connections with professionals. You get to have mentors, and you get to what, build your capacities and job opportunities. There are job opportunities that people will just share. If I'm a data scientist, I have 4 works that I'm doing at the moment, and some other one come and I cannot undo it. Definitely, I will transfer it to people that are within the community. So I cannot give anybody that I don't know. So that is why joining community is an advantage for every one of us. Then for beginners too, they can also have internship opportunity. Maybe somebody working in an organization may say, "Oh, I have my organization has space for 10 interns or 5 interns," and from there you get to move and build your capacity. So also attend technical training sessions, whether physical or virtual. Once you are committed to a course, you must dedicate your time and resources to build your capacity in that field of study. So I want to encourage you that you attend technical training sessions. This training that we are doing is virtual, and it also has another angle of physical. When that advert come, take time to attend it, because it will be coming up in Lagos, and only very few will attend it. So it is going to be what, first come first serve. And last statement is that do self development by reading and watching YouTube videos on data science. There's nothing you cannot gain or you cannot learn from YouTube. I've come to realize that. So anything, maybe any concept that I've defined today, if you go to YouTube, type that concept, get more information about it, and you'll be very fine. So this is where I have come to the end of the day of time given to me, and
Wow,
I want
wow,
to
wow,
believe
wow, wow,
I
wow,
have been
wow,
able to
wow,
do
wow,
justice
wow, wow,
to
wow.
the topic of discussion.
This is
Thank you
great.
so much.
This is great. I want to be seeing emojis appreciating our presenter. I want to see
Thank you.
emoji in the chat room. Even
Thank you.
me,
Thank you.
I've always, navigate through the learning part on Azure Data Fundamentals, but
Yeah.
there is a way, there is a way our presenter, Mr. Kola, presented
Mr.
this
Rashid, you can
class.
show your face. You can show your
Okay,
face.
okay, 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 okay.
Let
Thank
your
you.
let your listener see you.
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I didn't know. So there is a way he presented, and even me too. I turned to students. I start learning new things about data science. I start
Yeah.
as before. I do not know that. Okay, you need a trajectory from fundamentals to associate to on and on like that to know what you really want to do. So this is
Yeah.
a great one, and I really appreciate you so much. This is a great one. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mr. Popoola, Isiaka Olamileko. I want us to please fill our feedback form. It's already in the chat room. We need you. We need this feedback. We need this feedback. But before we shut down, I have just 2 questions, and I want our facilitator to attend to it.
Yeah.
Bukola Omoshola was asking the other time that how do I learn this data scientist skill? That was our question.
Yes. I've mentioned it that the best way you can learn it is to belong to communities, which are data science communities. And the first one that you are privileged to know is this platform that has given you this opportunity to get to know the details that we have shared and the details that we'll be sharing in the weeks ahead. So be involved in activities of Azure, Azure platform, Azure Community Nigeria. Be active. When you are active, you also get to know a lot of people that are from different field of studies. So, and from there, a lot of things will be shared and you'll be fine. So before the end of this training, that is 8 weeks, I'm sure you will have a better footing on how to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
that response. You
Yeah.
need to belong to a community. You need to learn from the people that are already ahead.
Yeah.
You need to drink the way we are drinking from Mr. Popoola's cup of knowledge now. You need to, interact. So by
Yeah.
that you network, then people will tell you what to do. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir. I have another question from Patience Oluwabukumi.
Yeah.
Is asking that can we get the notes? This I don't think this will be possible because it's a privacy issue. But I will leave that to our presenter.
Yeah.
The one of the participants is asking, can we get the notes? I mean the slides.
Yeah. If it is the policy of the organizer that slides can be made public, I'm fine.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
we will reach out to the organizer and
Yeah.
we finalize on this. Please, guys, we have a feedback from dropped at the chat box by Niger Data Platform Community. Kindly help us fill this feedback. Kindly help us. We need this feedback. And if you are sure that you have filled the feedback form, I want to see an emoji in the chat room. Done.
Yeah.
I want to see an emoji. Done. It's very important. We need to know if we get value for this session. We need to know where we are not getting it right, so that there is a management term called continuous process improvement. So we are here and the journey just started. So if there is anything we need to have so that we can know. Thank you, Frank Ibuzo. I saw your done your done comment. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Every other person on the call, I need us to fill this feedback form. This feedback form is very, very important to us. Adepeju Adetoye, thank you so much. Olaoluwa, we appreciate you. Thank you. Please let us fill the feedback form. We are more than this on this call. We need this feedback. So thank you so much, Mr. Popoola Isiaka Olanilekan. You are amazing. And even me today, I talked to students and I know that I can always come to Ibadan and learn more. Thank you so much. So
Thank you,
let
sir.
us fill our feedback form and we shall be, we will be shutting down very soon. But let me announce to us that this journey is just starting. We have a lot
So,
in stock for
so
us.
this is my contact for
Okay, okay, okay,
whoever
okay. Okay,
that.
if you need an assistance or you need mentoring, you need a guide, our facilitator is already putting his handle on the screen. You can just snap it with your phone. If you
Yeah.
need it, if you have a challenge, you have his email there. You have his phone number. This is amazing. I hardly see facilitator dropping their phone number like that because of issues of scammers all over. But because our
I'm a,
facilitator is a different person,
I am a global citizen.
so he's a good person. Thank you, Anne, for filling our feedback form. Please, we want everyone to fill the feedback form. So, as I said earlier, we are moving on. Niger Data Platform, formerly powered by Niger, we are moving on. Before, all we do on this platform was Power BI, Power BI, Power BI. But this time around, we have decided to expand our area of coverage because we know that there are a lot of people who are beginners that needs to learn about Excel. There are people that does not really know much about Power BI. There are people who knew Power BI, who knew Excel, but wants to learn more. And that's why we have data engineering and data science. So we just look at some fundamental of data science now. So join us same time next week from 3, the first session, the track 1 is from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and track 2 from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Please don't miss anyone. It's a long journey. And we have partners. We have Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the partners for this program. Jare Computers is the founder, is one of the sponsors of this program. And we have Enterprise DNA. Please don't miss any section because you stand a chance of winning free voucher. What this means is that if you get a free voucher, if you go online, you look at the cost of writing these exams. You can see $165. You can see $99, as the case may be. But if you attend this program, you might be a lucky winner to win this free voucher. What this means is that you can write Microsoft exam free after you run through a challenge, and you'll be able to write this exam and get certified without paying kobo. All you need is your laptop, your internet. Do the challenge. Challenge is like a brochure, you know. We call it learning paths in Microsoft. You will make sure you navigate from the beginning to the end of the challenge. Within a week, if you are committed, you can finish it. And when you finish the challenge, if you see completed successfully, then your name will be registered. And Microsoft will now give you a free voucher. This free voucher now will now enable you to write exam free of charge without paying any kobo. So, apart of the lucky winner that will win these Microsoft free vouchers, we still have some other swags like gifts, t-shirt, and the rest. So keep on attending. It might be your turn. We need to evangelize this digital. The world has come, the world of data transformation has come to stay. Never you think that we will go back to status school. Data is the new oil. And I will appreciate we all join this new of great transformer. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your time. See you same time, 3 p.m. next week, Saturday, 4 p.m. next week, Saturday. See you and God bless you. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
bye,
Thank you
bye,
for
everyone.
having me.
Bye,
Thank you.
bye.
Yeah.